team would start to grow. On top of that, I got started as a gold. I very quickly upgraded to the diamond. I purchased product for myself right off the bat. And one of the reasons why in my first 5 weeks I had made just under $5,000 was all through retail. There's a particular watch that I actually bought 6 times. For simple fact, every time I bought it, somebody would buy it. I would sell it to them, take the cash, and order it again. But for the first, I think it was about 20 weeks, all I was doing was creating curiosity, creating excitement. I'd bring them to the table, and actually it was you who would do the tour for me. And eventually, after about 20 weeks, about 5 months or so, he finally kicked me out of the nest, and I started doing my own tours as well for myself and the team.
Well, the pace that was set for you, did you know how to get started? Did you know how to basically, like, what set your pace? Like, did you have in mind what you were going to do, how fast you were going to do? Did you know, basically what I'm trying to say is, what set your pace?
You know what? I had no idea what the pace was supposed to be. The only reason I knew what the pace was because I was following your pace. It's as simple as that. I got started August 1st, 2008. You know, some folks will say that summertime happens to be the slow season for us. I didn't know any better. I had no idea. I was just following your lead, following your pace. If you said you're going to have 5 tours done this week, as for me, never seen anything like this before, I said, okay, I guess that's the way to go. That was the only pace I knew because of what you said.
Great. Well, then, track record speak for itself, and thank you, Sean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everyone, I know we have people from all around the world on this call. I'm going to make sure that everybody understands that, what Culture of Speed is all about. And Diamond Advantage, if time allows, we'll do that as well. But we're going to talk about the culture of speed. So, folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all around the world. Basically, whether you've been in the business a day, a week, a year, or a number of years, it does not matter. What I want to share with you today, we're in a business of, people business. And, we have a great business, we have a great opportunity, we have a great product line. We have absolutely the best of everything handed to us on a silver platter. And what we do with this is important. That's what makes the difference, what we do with this. I know everybody gets on board, gets started, launch their email and so on and so forth. And basically, what they do is they launch their mall and they don't know what to do next. So what happens is they don't have a pace to follow. And because they don't have a pace to follow, what happens is inactivity sets in, and before you know it, they just staying still and not knowing what to do, what to go. So us as uplines, as sponsors, as people who help other people get started in our business, it's our job to set a pace, to set a culture for the new person to follow. If we are someone who, launched as a retailer, let's say. If we launched as a retailer and we're out there trying to tell people to launch as a diamond, it just doesn't add up, because they will ask you at some point, what package did you choose? Which email did you get started with? And if you are a retailer, but you tell them diamond is the best without a good explanation, then, they're going to say, well, if retailer is good for you, retailer is good for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys through this step-by-step. At the end, we'll open it up for some questions and answers, okay? So let me go to the next slide. Basically, we all heard this: speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, right? If you are someone that has got a fast pace, you're working with your people and you're teaching your people, what to do, and you're showing them, leading by example of what needs to be done. Guess what? These folks will try to keep up pace with you. So it's extremely important for you to be a front runner. We have a saying, you cannot lead from the back. You got to be leading from the front. And your speed If it is, mediocre, then expect your team. I mean, you'll have the odd one. You'll have the surprise. They'll come and pass you, and you'll have that special individual that they don't care about your pace. They know what they want to do. They'll fly with it. But usually the people that launch this opportunity, this business with you, will look at you and see what you're doing. They'll look at your DMO, your involvement. They'll see your visibility in the social media, in the weekly tours. They will look at that. And if it is good for you to show up once in a while, guess what? They will show up once in a while. But if they see you leading, you're at every meeting, you're sending out your emails, you're sending out your text messages, you're making your phone calls, you're at every event, you're at every weekly tour, reminding the team, working with the team, you're the first one there, last one gone, you know what? That's exactly these people will do, because they look at you and they say, well, this is the way it's got to be done, right? This is just normal. People in this business, your people in this business is sort of like your children. See, if we don't want our kids to do anything bad, we make sure we set a good example. If we don't want them to drink, we don't want them, to smoke, we don't want them to, walk in the middle of the street, then we make sure we constantly show them that this is the right way to do. And if we do something good or if we do something bad, they'll do the same thing. All right? That's where we need to make sure we are conscious of ourselves and how we, we show how we lead and how we walk the talk, per se. Okay? If you're forensic, then they will be forensic. For those of you that have never been to a forensic training seminar, you know what? Get your hands on this material. Next forensic, wherever that's going to be, whenever that's going to be, make sure by any means necessary to attend these forensic. I have never missed a forensic from the very beginning. I have been to every forensic. I just came back from one North American conference, and I tell you, every time, not only teaches me something new, it refreshes me with what I should be doing that I left off or not doing as much. So if you're forensic, your people will be forensic. Now, I know some people, not too many, but I know some people that, they're promoting these designer lines, they're promoting this company, how they boast and brag about how we are the absolute best in the products and so on and so forth, yet they don't have a single piece on them. They're not wearing any watches, that's very, no posh products, none of our shoes or wallets, or they have nothing. So when a prospect or one of your members, even more importantly, your member, sees you and you're wearing a, Seiko watch, if you're wearing a Beta shoes, if you are carrying, some no-name brand wallet, if you got some no-name brand or a name brand of something else, they're going to say, okay, well, it's not important for me to have the products, to wear my own products. Well, you know what? It is wrong. It's absolutely important, crucial that you are product of the product. Because if they see you blinged up in all your own products that you're proud of, and you should be, then guess what? Their focus and targets would be to get themselves blinged up with fairy products. Okay? So if you haven't ordered your products yet, if you have a member that's launched their business and they have not ordered the products yet, immediately get them to order to place the products. The first night, preferably. When I have someone that comes in, launches as a diamond, gold, whatever, I tell them, or even let's say they just launch as a retailer, they still get a $100 gift certificate, right? I sit them down right away and say, let's order your first piece right away. If they're a diamond, let's take a look at the gallery and get some products for you right away. Whether you need it or not is irrelevant. You want to be a walking billboard. You want to be a proper example of who you represent. And you know what? People see you with it, whether they're prospects or the members, they're going to look at it, they're going to say, wow, okay, that's what I want. So you want to make sure when you bring a new member in, don't let them wait months or even, sometimes a year before they order any products. Some people say, no, I just want to sell the products. I don't need any myself. Well, you're wrong. Okay, you got to have your own products. Okay. Next thing I'd like to talk about is this. If you are an IA, if you're a diamond, if you're a diplomat, ambassador, etc., then guess what? If they're not one yet, they will become one soon. Why? Because you are working your business, you are advancing, you are on your IA that you boast and brag about, you are a diamond member that you get introduced as a diamond LC, diplomat or ambassador, regional, whatever it is. Guess what? Your sparks, your superstars, which most often we don't know who they are. We cannot tell. Time tells, right? You will see these guys surface. You see these guys come, reach your level, whether it's diamond, diplomat, or ambassador, even surpass you. Okay? This is a fact. So you got to make sure that you do not discount any of these things that I'm talking to you about. Okay? If you're an IA, what happens? Not only have you qualify for all your commissions and bonuses, but you're also accumulating IA dollars that you can buy and sell, or buy and gift and buy for yourself. I'm constantly wanting to buy stuff for myself, to the point that when I get a customer coming to me and wanting to buy something, used to use my IA to buy stuff and sell. For the last few years, I use 100% of my IA for myself, because there are so many things that I want that I save the IA for myself. Now, whether you want to use the IA for yourself and to retail, that's great, that's fine. But when I have a customer coming to me, want to buy something, I use the credit card and I order it directly from my online store. And that way I get my retail profit and I save my personal IA for myself to buy stuff for myself. Or when it comes to crunch time, holidays, I didn't have, or special occasions, I didn't have a chance to go, I don't know. It's a click of a button. I can buy a gift from my IA accumulation without having to leave my home, my office, my kitchen, whatever, my smartphone, whatever. So very, very important that you follow these steps that I'm telling you. If you attend major events like I told you about, your weekly tours, webinars, boot camps, etc., so will they. Let me give you an example. I live in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Now, we have, in forensic, we have different categories of distributorship, different categories of LCs, okay? The three top ones are full-time, part-time serious, and part-time. Let's just say a sometime-er, okay? If you cannot attend once a week, if you cannot attend once a month to your boot camp, once a week to your local tours, if you cannot attend webinars, which is basically from your smartphone, from your tablet and laptop, if you cannot attend these webinars every Tuesday and Sunday night from the comfort of your own home, in Africa and Europe, it's same thing. It's a different webinar, but it's the same thing. It's evening time for them as well, Tuesday and Sundays. Okay? If you cannot attend these online tours that we have for you, for all over the world, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. South Africa time, if you cannot attend these weekly tours, if you cannot attend the major events, okay? Now I know there's some people travel all the way from Australia to be in Canada. I know there's some people traveling from all over the Caribbean and North America and world to be at the St. Lucia conference. I know there's people that are coming from all, but if you cannot attend at least one major event yearly, if you're local, you should be attending all major events. Right now, we have grown to the point that I cannot attend every major event, but believe me, I try. Okay, I have 3 young children and I try. I couldn't go to Italy, but I'm going to St. Lucia next week. Then after that, I'll be going to Australia. So you want to make sure that you do these and make sure that you are visible. Just because you know it or you went there doesn't mean people know. So be visible that you are doing these things, that you're going to major events. Take a picture, post, Facebook. People are watching you on Facebook, right? Put them on Facebook. Mass text message, WhatsApp, whatever. You know, you want to make sure you people see that you're involved, even at a part-time basis. You are serious about your future. You're serious about your business. You're not just taking this as a hobby. And guess what? Your people see that you're serious, that it's important for you to do these things. So guess what? They will do the same thing. I want to talk about these webinar and boot camps, okay? This webinar and boot camps, boot camp is live streamed once a month. Basically, doesn't matter what part of the world you reside in. You can get on these boot camps from the comfort of your own home, or better yet, arrange for a venue that everybody can get together, your entire team, or even not your team, you sideline anybody in GWT family in your local area, get together, have fun, get some snacks, and attend the boot camp live. I mean, how much easier can it get? Okay? Webinars. I send the links to absolutely everyone. I believe in the culture of no member left behind. I send the webinar links to absolutely everybody, and a lot of these people that I send it to, they need this. They absolutely need this. And I know for a fact they're not doing anything. I know for a fact at that point in time, they're not doing anything. But yet I do not see them on the webinar. Then 6 hours later, they message me and say, oh, I missed it. Oh, is it on now? I mean, it's in simple text. We made it as easy as we could. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for example. 8 p.m. SA time. 7 p.m. Nigeria time. 6 p.m. Ghana time. Europe. So we simplified as much as we could. But yet, I don't know. It's just you need to pay attention to these things. You got to take them serious and duplicate that to your people. They see you're serious. They see it's important to you. It'll be important to them. Okay? Now, your people see the business through you. Okay? They do what you do. If you attend, they attend. If you do positive, they'll do positive. If you post nice stuff on your Facebook, if you post business, inspirational stuff, you know what? They see the business through you. But if they see that you're posting, I don't know, stuff that's irrelevant to them and their life, they stop following you altogether. Whenever you post, it could be something good. But because most often the stuff you post are irrelevant to them, it's not about the business or it's not about something positive, they will stop following you. They will stop reading your posts. And even if they do, they won't take you serious. They're going to say, well, this person is all over the place. This person doesn't know what they want. This person is full of drama. This person is all about partying. This person is all about yada, yada, yada. That's some stuff that they're not interested in. So you want to make sure, you know what, to lead by example. Now, in GWT, we always say set targets, not goals, and teach your people to do the same thing. Well, let me see. What's the difference between targets and goals? Everybody makes goals. New Year's Eve comes. I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to stop smoking. I don't want to drink anymore. I want to go for walks every day. I want to do more in my business. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you know what? First week is not even over yet into the new year. They've completely forgotten about their goals. You know, goals is something like, oh, it'll be nice if it happens. I would like this to happen. It would be really great if this happens. I'm going to try to see if I can make it happen. Targets. Let's see what targets are. Let's go back to our school years. Let's go to our professional jobs, which we had in the past. When you have a target to meet, it's the main exam. It is your, midterm. It is company target that something has to be done by this certain date, or it's going to cost us not only a lot of money as a company, it's going to cost jobs. You guys will not have your jobs unless we meet these targets. You bet your life on it that you're going to meet these targets because it's not optional. You set yourself a target. You work long hours. I see it all the time. Corporations, Even GWT at the head office, when they're approaching a convention, when they're approaching a conference, when they're approaching a forensic seminar, I see them working well into the night, late in the early mornings. Why? Because when the day comes, they better be ready. Things better be prepared. Whatever the target is, it has to be done. It's not a goal where we like to have the forensic slides ready and the sales aids and the material ready. No, it has to be done by that day. Whether we have obstacles, whether the printer screwed everything up, whether, God forbid, some of us got sick, the other ones have to work extra hard because it's a target. It's not a goal. So set yourself targets, guys. Goal is nice, but the goal is washed up. The word goals is been used too frequently with no one taking accountability for what they got to do. So set yourself targets, okay? Recognize everything, everybody. Doesn't matter if they joined, they launched as a retailer, or they became a Palladium, they became a gold, diamond, diplomat, ambassador, etc. Biggest retail sale, most VIPs. Make sure to recognize your people. It's very, very important. Just because you told them good job in the private, sure, it's good. But you know what? As a leader, as someone that's being looked upon as a leader, as an upline, as you need to lead by example, and you got to make sure to recognize everything. People love to be recognized. It gives them that extra juice. Now they have good feeling of being recognized, a sense of accomplishment, gets them driven to do this. Not only the same thing with their people, they're going to be striving or reaching for the next target. So make sure that you recognize, okay, people. Now, Diamond Advantage, basically, what I'm going to do at this point, we'll leave the Diamond Advantage for later if you have time. We'll cover it. If you don't have time, we'll do it another time as a training. Now, pipeline. I want to talk about this. Whenever we had two young fellas, they're in college. They met one of our local LCs at a grocery store. Grocery stores here are open 24 hours. And one of these young lads was a shelf, repacking the shelves overnight. He works there. And one of our LC's local leaders, she was doing her shopping, late at night, because that's when there's no traffic. There's no one in the store. Take your time. I do the same thing myself. When I leave the office, I stop and shop. And this young guy was stocking shelves. They started a conversation. She built a like and trust, and basically she invited them to come and take a look at, our opportunity. That way he won't have to work 11 to 7 a.m. and go to school and do everything else beside it. So I guess that was appealing to him. She did a good enough job for this young lad to follow up with her because she was away at the conference. And when she got back, this individual contacted her again. Make a long story short, not only he showed up on a Tuesday night tour, he brought a friend with him, and they launched immediately. Okay? They launched immediately, and guess what I was doing and when she was doing with these two young new LCs? Immediately, we sat with them and took them through the startup points, what they need to do. We call that WIN. We have a new system training called WIN. Makes it very simple. We'll talk about that again in another training. There's not enough time. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. But the reason, how is that related to a pipeline? Well, let me see. We always tell people, when you come here, treat it like a business. I tell everybody, get yourself a brand new notebook for the purpose of GWT. If you've been to the forensic, you know about the box. If you don't know about the box, we'll talk about that in a bit. You want to fill up your pipeline. How do you fill up your pipeline? You want to make sure you're constantly adding new prospects to your list. Okay? How does that work? Well, I got started. I had my list of names going. I started, I don't know, with a few hundred names. We teach you that as well, how to make a list of names. You build yourself a list of names without prejudging, regardless of their location, regardless if you have their phone numbers or not. You can always find that later. You start your list of names. But that list of names is not just for beginning. That list of names is your Bible to success. That list of names, that booklet stays with you forever. As long as you're doing this business, stays with you. Okay? And you constantly, what do we do constantly? We meet new people, right? As we meet new people, unless we choose not to meet new people, but since we're in people's business, we're constantly meeting new people. We're constantly meeting new prospects. We add them to this list book. Now let me give you an example. You don't have a list book, or you have a book, you only put 5 names in it. You talk to 5 of them, 2 shows up to the tour, 1 is not interested, and 1 doesn't have any money to get started. All of a sudden, you're like, whoa, I went through my list and I had no success. Well, let me see. You spoke to your list was only 5 people. Studies done. Average adult over the age of 18 knows 2,000 people on first name basis. Jog that memory. We have that training on, teaches you how to jog your memory and how to build your list. You want to make sure that list book is full. That list book is your pipeline. So as you add into this list book, initially start with a couple hundred people, becomes soon several hundred people, then it becomes 1,000 people, then becomes thousands of people, because there are 7 billion people out there. We're constantly meeting new people. So you want to make sure that pipeline is constantly getting filled. If you fill up this pipeline properly on a consistent, regular basis, you'll never be out of prospects. You'll never be out of names to contact. You'll never have a day saying, well, I have nothing to do today. I have called everyone that I know. Well, no. Then you haven't created the list book properly. You have not loaded up your pipeline. A pipeline, somebody shuts the water to your house, open the tap, whatever water is in that pipe will come out, initially start to trickle, then it stop dripping altogether because you dried up the pipeline. You shut down the main water main, you shut it. Because you shut the water main, now you got no water in the pipeline. Now you're out of water. So your water main in this business is you prospecting and adding on to your list book. Okay? I cannot stress enough on this, that how important it is, okay? And why you need to pay special attention to this. Basically, the way I looked at it when I got started, I understood one thing. We have a variable binary pay plan structure. If you don't know what variable binary is, you got a big problem. I mean, a humongous problem. Because if you understood what variable binary was, and you really need 2 good people in your team, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. In some cases, you need only 1 because the other side is being developed and built by someone else, by your upline. We don't want to get into that right now. But you need 2 good people. That's all you need. And last I checked, our product line is pre-approved internationally. We're in 160 plus countries. So there's no limitation. And last I checked, there was over 7 billion people out there, okay, who need either our business or our products or both. So if there are 7 billion people out there with today's technology, free call, internet calling, and Skype calling, and WhatsApp messages, and Facebook free advertising, I mean, we got the world in our palm of our hands. What are we going to do with it? It's a variable, free-flowing variable pay plan. We are pre-approved internationally, and all we need to find is two good people, not out of our neighborhood, not out of our city, not out of our province or state, not out of our country, in the whole world. Okay? I'm constantly launching new emails from people that I met online. I've never met them in person. A great example was South Africa. I'm going to talk about South Africa. This was supposed to be a call for South Africa, but we have people from all over. How did we get started in South Africa? This thing called Facebook. Made connection with people on Facebook. It took maybe about a year and a half for that like and trust and the timing to be right, but South Africa got started. Today, I am looking, not only South Africa is doing amazing, I am planning some humongous thing with South Africa, my trip to South Africa, some other special guests to South Africa in the future, as well as the Corp, which is going to lead to the official launch of South Africa. Zambia is next. Rwanda is next. Cameroon is next. The name goes on and on and on and on and on. This is where, we need to make sure that we keep our pipeline full, because you don't know where these pipeline, the people that you put in your pipeline are going to lead you to. Okay? Now, another thing I want to talk about is, like I said, it says we only need a handful of good people to be highly successful. Really, in a perfect world, you need two good people. You need one on the left, one on the right to be highly successful. Okay? Now, everyone have different targets. It's not fair to say that, everybody wants to put in 40 hours a week. It's not fair to say everybody wants to put 4 hours a week. Different people, different targets, different, amount of sacrificing, that's going to be done by different people. So, Forensic, what I love about Forensic is that it tells it the way it is. It shows us the mechanics of what we need to do in order to get to where we want to get to. If our target is to hit 5,000 a month in 52 weeks from today, then it's pretty simple. It breaks it down for you. How many people you need to call daily, how many people you need to do tours for weekly, and how many you need to do yearly, okay, monthly and yearly. And we have a tracking sheet in the Forensic that keeps you organized so you can keep yourself accountable. Have you been doing what's been asked of you, which you have asked of yourself, that I want to be at 5,000 a month within 52 weeks of starting my business. Forensic does that, okay? So these calls need to be made daily, whether you're part-time series, or full-time. Obviously, if you're full-time, you need to make a lot more calls than when someone's a part-time, right? If you're a sometime, then you're a sometime. Hopefully one day you become a full-time. If you're a sometime, you'll show up to the webinar sometimes. If you're a sometime, maybe you'll show up to a local meeting sometimes. If you're a sometime, who knows, maybe you'll lose your way and end up at the convention. I don't know. We're talking about part-time series, and full-time, okay? You have to treat it like a business, much the same that you do with your job. If you have a full-time job, well, guess what? You got to be at work. Monday to Friday or whatever your schedule is, you need to be at work. If you're a part-time, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, you got to be at work. If you're, whatever. So this is where you need to make sure to be true to yourself and make the number of calls that you need to make. You need to share this opportunity and the product with as many people as possible. How hard is it? Not very difficult at all, guys. Not very difficult at all. I'll give you a couple of examples. I was at the dentist today. I took my 3 young children to dentist, and while I was waiting, there was a gentleman that came in. It kind of looked really familiar. This is my old neighborhood. I still keep the same dentist because she's awesome. I hate needles, and you don't even know when she gave you the needle in your mouth. Like, so I knew my kids are going there, so I started my kids with the same dentist because I know my daughter, she hates needles too. So, while I was waiting, this gentleman walks in. Obviously, this is, I don't know, who knows where I know him from. All I know is I left that neighborhood when I was, I don't know, 22 years old, 23 years old. So he sees me. I'm sure he did not recognize. He recognized me, but not recognize me. He said hello with a smile. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Great, great, great. And while we're sitting there trying to figure out how we know each other, he asked me, did you own this restaurant over here? I look over. I'm like, damn, he's right. I says, yes, I did. I says, wow. I says, I'm here at the dentist, not even looking at my old restaurant. And how do you know? Because I used to be a customer. My name is so-and-so. Honestly, I didn't remember his name, but okay, great. So what have you been up to? Do you have another restaurant? I'm like, oh, hell no. I would never get in the restaurant business again. And he's like, oh, okay, what is it that you do now? I said, well, I get paid to wear these watch. He goes, what? You get paid to wear a watch? Oh, come on, seriously. I said, I'm serious. I says, I get paid to wear this watch. And I pull out my wallet. I says, this one too. This is, they give me these great products. I see the car sitting outside. He kind of looks outside. I says, they even give me that car to drive for free. He's like, damn, you're doing okay. How long have you been doing this? I said, I've been doing this since 2008. He says, are they still hiring? I says, yes, they're always hiring good people, good success, good serious people. Wow. Okay, well, where do I apply? I says, well, guess what? My office is downtown. Let's exchange number, and you can come and see what's going on. How much money do you want to make? He looks at me. He goes, well, what do you think? How much are they willing to pay? I said, well, actually, what they do is they give us it's sort of like they give us a blank check, signed, and we fill in the blank. We fill in the amounts. He kind of paused. He said, I'm not getting you. I says, no, you're getting me. What I'm telling you is true. We can make as much money as we want to make. I says, I'm not going to get into it with you right now. We're at the dentist's office, but let's get together, and I'll call you. And, but he was so curious. He wanted to keep asking me more and more. So here I got busy with the kids because one was done, the other one wasn't done. I changed the subject. I changed the topic. And he's asking me about the address of my office. Oh, so it's right there by, I said, yeah, Kent, you go up Kent. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll call you sometime tomorrow and we'll set the time. That easy. Then I went to my bank. I went to my bank before I come to do this webinar. I saw someone else over there, waiting over there, and they were being really frustrated. And I'm like, it's not my business. I'm just standing there. But he starts telling me, how, he's not able to get his money. It's his paycheck. But I guess they're supposed to deposit the money yesterday, and still today the money's not there. And I'm like, wow, that's terrible. I said, I'm sure there's a good reason for it. He goes, nah. He goes, they do it all the time. I says, thank God. My business, the people I partnered up with, they pay me not only weekly, not only they pay me a lot of money, it's never, ever, never in 10 years has been late a payment, like paying people not even 1 week. On the clockwork, they pay us on the time, and they pay us quite lucratively. What do? Well, I partnered up with the fastest growing designer company in the world. Also, you're a designer. What do you design? I said, I'm not a designer at all. So what do? I says, I work with them. I wear these gorgeous products, and I promote them, and I get paid quite well. Wow. I said, what do you do? So he told me he works for this massive printing shop in the city that he's been working for 14 years. And he says, man, he goes, it's a job. If I could find something else that pay me as much, I'll leave it in a heartbeat. Because even though I've been with him for 14 years, I've been miserable for 12. And I'm like, okay, if you like to come, I'll give you my, give you a phone number. I'll give you mine. I'll call you and you can come and see me. We'll sit down. I'll show you. I don't know if this is for you or not. Okay, so of course, you believe me. If there's money in it, I'm in. I'm like, okay, here's my phone number. Give me a number. I'll call you. That was 2. And I was in a rush because I was trying to get here to get ready for this webinar. That's how easy it is. If someone says they cannot find people, it's because they're not trying, they're not prospective, they're not using, they're not product of the product, they're not out there promoting themselves, they're not using the free tools, they're not getting trained, they're not going on the webinars, they're treating it as a, I don't know what. Some people, the forensic, you have different groups. Maybe they're part of the lottery group. They figured if they launch them all, they'll win. The lottery will win. It's not a lottery. It's a business. And you get a lot as long as you put what you need to put into it. Okay? So at all time, eat, sleep, breathe this wonderful opportunity, GWT. Okay? If you can do this, it's very simple. What I'm telling you is not rocket science. Believe me, it's very simple. You just have to get up, get geared up. You don't have a boss overlooking your shoulder, so you have to be disciplined. Set yourself a schedule that which hours on which days you are going to be doing GWT business. And if you can do that, if you can set targets, keep yourself accountable, and get out and do what you're supposed to do, the results, the success is inevitable. That simple. Okay? Now, we'll open it up in a bit for questions that might be, So, like I said, one thing you got to remember, we are pre-approved internationally. In a perfect world, I don't live in a perfect world, so I had to personally help 111 people launch their malls, the e-malls. But if you live in a perfect world, really 2 good aces, 2 good individuals will get you that financial freedom and the time freedom that you are looking for. Now, you may have to go through several hundred people over a few years. You might be able to do it within 6 months, depending on your intensity and how serious you go about it. But we have 7 billion people to reach out to, 7 billion people to talk to, and to find our aces, okay? Now, whenever you sit with someone that you're showing the tour to, or you have talked to about our wonderful products that they want to know more about, make sure to create them a VIP account, okay? Why is that? First of all, people will have a sense of ownership. You get them involved in the process of creating them a VIP account. You show them these gorgeous product lines. You take them through the process. Username, password. Now you tell them this is username, your password. You can accumulate rebates. You can go home, share this with your spouse, go have fun, go look at the gallery, and to top it all off, I'm giving you a $100 gift certificate that you can use towards the purchase of any of these 1,600 plus gorgeous products. That will blow them out of the water. Create a VIP account for everybody. Bring value to this account and make sure that they understand this is for them. They are a VIP customer. Whether they shop or not, they get the $100 gift certificate and encourage them to go and use that $100 to purchase stuff. Now, if you have someone that's already an LC, create a VIP account for them anyways. Make sure they use that $100 gift certificate anyways. Why? Because once they you create a VIP for them, they see how the VIP account's created. Number 2, they get the $100 gift certificate, so they understand the process of how to order their $100 gift certificate. That way, in return, they can teach that to their people. Remember, we're about duplication. It's a duplication game. You want to make sure everybody follows the very same simple rules and steps. Okay? Now, we talked about that already. what I want to do is at this point, let's see. Okay. There we go. Now, anyone that has any questions, um, please raise your hands and I'll be able to unmute you from this side, or you can type in your questions, any questions you might have. So let me see. I see anyone that raised their hands? Okay, we got our Diamond Seema Pillay out of South Africa, who is obviously, you guys who are on this webinar on daily, twice a week. She's always on these calls. She's actually conducting them. She's actually, doing the tour and helping all LCs from all around the world. Her and her husband, these two awesome individuals, are SA leaders. Wonderful, wonderful couple, caring and very, very, very serious, to the point that not only they eat, sleep, and breathe GWT, they were only a short couple of months in the business when they decided that they're going to not miss the convention. Why? Because I told them they need to be at the convention. Guess what they did? They got the visa in heart. They went after the visa. They got the visa. They bought the plane tickets. They got on the plane and they came into Toronto, Canada for the convention. So Seema, I don't know if it's you or Nolan, either one, you're unmuted. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Reza. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone on this call. Wow, Reza, such an awesome call it was, and what a topic you have chosen to train us on. It's absolutely amazing, and it's so important to our business, because in any business that we are doing, the culture of speed is absolutely important, and how the speed that you set and the pace you set for your business is actually vital, and it just makes your business grow and grow. I've actually got Nolan here with me as well, so we actually logged in from my laptop, so he'd like to say a few words as well.
Oh, absolutely, Seema. Absolutely, of course. Go ahead, Nolan.
Hi, Reza. Hope you're well.
Hi, Nolan. How you doing, brother?
Good, thanks. Good, thanks. Yep, thank you very much for this opportunity. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everyone that's on the call. Congratulations for being on a call like this, because this actually shows that you are serious about your GWT business, and that's quite important. And while Reza was doing the presentation, there were so many thoughts going through my head, because like Reza mentioned, wherever you go, doesn't matter where you go to, you speak to people, you share your products. Now, me, for example, I was at a funeral yesterday, and I had my timepiece on and even my shoes, and I was getting asked questions about what are you doing, what are you into, and this opened the door so easily for me to engage in a conversation, give the person my business card and tell them that have a look at my mall and I'll give you a call in the next day or two. It is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do is share the opportunity with as many people as possible. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're using GWT products, it's an eye catcher already. People see it and they wonder, wow, where did we get this from? Because they have never seen anything like it in South Africa. So it's all about that. Put your foot down on the pedal and go all the way. I mean, you have awesome leaders like Reza, Shan Singh as well, who will introduce Reza. We got awesome leaders in our company. All you have to do is get on board, take advantage of the opportunity, and let's work together and start growing our businesses as well. I know there's really big plans for South Africa, Zambia as well, so it is on the card. So let's work together as a team. We have these presentations every Tuesday and Thursday as well. Get as many people as possible. Get your prospects on board. It's very important. Like Reza mentioned, allow the presenters to be presenting on your behalf to them as well. Most importantly with the webinars, get the people on these calls. So yes, thank you very much for that, Reza, and thanks a lot to Shan Singh as well. Really appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Nolan. Thank you. Well, you know what? This is how much easier can it get? I mean, you have these gorgeous products that make you into a walking billboard. people that you meet on daily basis. You know, you bust a conversation with them. You get their curiosity going. They look at your gorgeous stuff. And you know what? It's a win-win situation. You have to be product of the product. You cannot be wearing other brands. You cannot be wearing unknown brands, yet you're promoting the world's best. So be product of the product. Let these products make you the income that you're looking for. It's very important. I know you do that well, Nolan. I know Seema does that well. I see your excitement when you get your packages. I see your shoes and everything. So you guys are doing a great job, my friend. I'm looking to see you guys soon again. And, well done. Let's see.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, my friend. We got Pumla Klein, that is raised his hands, or her hand, I should say. Let me see here. Okay. 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 Pumla's asking, let's see. Okay. Says, good day, everyone. And it says, fantastic training. Thank you, NA Reza. You're very welcome. What I'll do is actually see if I can unmute you, and you can say a couple of words from them. I have unmuted you on my side, so please go ahead. Pumla, you there? I have unmuted you on my side. Okay. You have a little microphone button on your smartphone or your tablet or laptop that you can unmute yourself. You're unmuted on my side. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll wait. If you, wanted to say a couple of words, you can raise your hand again, and I'll unmute you again. Let me go to the questions here. All right, let's see. All right, let's see, creating. It says, I have a question that says, how do you handle someone who showed great interest and promised to get started after her wedding? The wedding came and went, and now she's not returning my calls. She already mentioned how much she likes what I do. Okay, well, that's normal. What happens is, that's why it's so important when you have someone that sees the opportunity, that loves everything, that want to get started, not only create them a VIP account right away, because VIP accounts, they get their newsletters, they get emails from the company that keeps them following up for you, as well as you want to make sure they're connected to your social media, okay? You want to make sure you're visible on Facebook. You want to make sure you're visible with all your excitement, all the progression, all the wonderful things that's happening in your business. So what you want to do is, sometimes people, for whatever reason, they lose their excitement. Who knows? They got married. They enjoy the honeymoon till the honeymoon is over. Sometimes it's it takes less time than his honeymoon itself, or sometimes it takes a bit longer because, they figure this and that. So who knows? Sometimes it's their husband, wife, someone somewhere. Sometimes they spend so much money at their wedding. Who knows what people's situations are? We don't worry about that. What we worry about is to make sure to do things right by creating the VIP account for them, by making sure, that, they're connected, all right? And that's all you can do. And you can do a follow-up. Put them in your forensic box. Do a follow-up call with them every so often. Don't bombard them with phone calls. If someone you called once, twice, 3 times this week, they're not returning your call, follow up with them, put their name in 2 weeks from now. Follow up with them in 2 weeks from now. And every 2 weeks after that. Okay? Don't bombard them with calls after calls after calls. What you can do, what I do is when something like that happens, I've already created a VIP account for them. I have already added them, like they're on my Facebook. They can see all the posts that I make, all the great news that I share. And you know what? They will come around. I had someone launch with me 10 years after. Him and I used to work at the same place. He knew the company when he got started. And yet, I was gone, and he was still in that job. I didn't even remember he was part of my friends on Facebook, to be honest with you. But he was. So I guess he was watching me. And one day out of the blue, he approaches me and tells me about, you know, that he wants to come and see me. He wants to get started. Example. South Africa is another one. From the time that I spoke to the first individual in South Africa till the time they got started, it was a year and a half later. The person was ready to launch as a diamond on the Friday. That's after 3 weeks of spending time with him. He was on some webinars. He was on some three-way calls with me, with some of the other leaders and the corporate. Friday come and gone. I never heard from him again. Well, guess what? Someone made him a deal somewhere else with different program. Grass was greener. He went and started with them. Wasted a year and a half of his life, only to come back to me out of the blue because he was my Facebook friend and say, okay, you know what? I made a mistake. I went with this other company, and what a mistake that was. I know I wasted a year and a half, but I'm ready to get going now. And he got going now. So really, next, as long as your pipeline is full and you do what you're supposed to do, one thing I've always had since the beginning I got started in this industry, some will, some won't, so what? Next. And there's only going to be a next is if you are doing what you're supposed to do by prospecting and keeping that pipeline full. If you have a pipeline full from new prospects to the people you've already done the tour with and follow up properly, there's going to be months that you don't work the hardest at all. But you end up launching 6, 7. I remember one month I launched 8 malls. And that month, really, it was not the hardest month for me to work. I worked actually very little that month. But yet I launched 8 malls. People that probably saw from outside, they're like, wow, Reza's killing it. He must be working extremely hard this month. No. I've always said what we do this week doesn't show up this week, shows next week. What we do this month doesn't show up this month, shows up next month. And what we do this year doesn't show up this year, shows up next year. And in the company's progression, what they've done the first decade doesn't show up the first decade, it's going to show up the next decade. So if you think it'll be done great in the first decade, hang on. You got to see the second decade. Okay? So, let's see. What else we got? Okay, that's that. All right. Great training, and there is thanks from Diamond Elite Team. Aaron, thank you, Aaron. You're very welcome. It says, speak, but how to get to the next call. Oh, Aaron said she would love to speak, but she has to get on the next call that she has scheduled. Cheers, everyone. Be forensic. Thank you very much, Aaron, a true leader. This young lady, I love the way she operates, her excitement, and you know what? Always happy, always upbeat, always, always, always. Another one said, thank you, Reza, great training. Hi, everyone. Kagamusto here from SA. Just wanted to ask if you have affordable products for interns like me who are interested in your products and your business. Well, sorry if I don't see your name right. Maybe Nolan can help. Kegomotso. Well, we have product line that starts at, I don't know, $22 or $25 an hour. So in order for you to know exactly what we have, what I strongly suggest and recommend is go to our gallery. Go out to our gallery, go out to our punchline. Punchline starts, I think, from $22 up to about $300 and some odd dollars. So yes, there's plenty affordable products in GWT lineup. And more importantly, we have a vast selection, whether it's from affordable to mid-affordable to price your site should have people, something for everyone. And it's not so much about what you personally will purchase. It's about what people, the market will purchase. So it's great that I have an online gallery that offers so much in such a variety of ways. Okay? Let's see what else. How do we recognize our two sides from back office? Someone says, how do we organize our two sides from our back office? Well, there's a back office training that's been done on Sunday night webinars. Training you can find, I'm sure, on YouTube. When you go to your back office, when you log into your back office, on the left side of the screen as you go down, it will show you the binary settings. Okay? Binary settings. If you're new and you've never touched that, the settings are on the default. Default will choose where your new people will go. So if the first one fell on the left side, the next one will fall on the right side. And if the, right one, say the first one fell on the right, so you'll always choose the weak side, and the next person that launches falls by default on the weaker side. Unless you have strategized, like I had, that I put first 13 people that launched with me in this business automatically went on my left team. Why did I do that? Well, there's a lot of different reasons why I did that. I just wanted to make sure the left team gets traction, the left team starts to multiply and duplicate before I go building my right side. I mean, that's a strategy I'd be more than happy to share with you on one-on-one, but, some people like to go left, right, left, right, left, right, and some people like to, like myself, focus on one side. Yes, I won't make that much money. I'll make my wholesale profits, but that's it. I won't qualify for team commission, but that's okay with me. I'd rather build one side, make sure one side is running on me, and then I'll go focus only on one leg at this point. I'll still support the other side, but I'll focus physically to put people on one side only. That's a good scenario to have. That's a good way to be. I personally know one of our NAs who initially did the left, right thing, but then what they decided to do after a good conversation with myself, that they're going to focus only on the one side. As a matter of fact, they focused only on the one side for a year and a half. That's a very long time to limit your income. But guess what? Today, not only they have it all, not only they're national ambassadors, not only they had a dream wedding, not only they had a 3-month vacation, not only they have a beautiful little boy and they have an empire related to them, they're going, like, this is something that's very, very important that for you to be, aware of how you want to go about it. If you want to build the both sides back and forth, then let it be. But if you want to go strategize, you want everyone to fall only on one side, you have a setting in your back office that you can set up. Okay? Now, let's see here. Okay, that's already answered. Thank you. We got that. You're very welcome. All right, let's see what else we got here. Great training. Thanks a million to you. That's from our superstar from Gabon, who's in Canada right now still. Arthur, you're very welcome, Arthur. You're doing a great job, my friend. Make sure the duplication happens. You doing a great work, but make sure people understand how simple it is and make sure they follow the system. Sorry, Arthur's looking to be an ambassador real soon. Keep it up, brother. Keep it up. I'll talk to you a little later on. Awesome training, Reza. Always learn something a little better on these calls. See you in St. Lucia. That's Teresa see it. You're very welcome. Let's see, what else? Wow, wow, wow. So many fantastic pointers today to help us be great leaders in business. Rebecca Robinson. Yes, you're very welcome, Rebecca. Awesome job. You're doing a great, great, great job. Let's get you to ambassador as soon as possible. I know you're on your way. I know you're working hard. I know you were sitting with your 2 new members at a coffee shop till like 1 in the morning, maybe after that. I dropped in after 12, so I don't know how long you guys were there, but you're doing a great work. Keep it up. Reza Kamuso is welcome to contact me. Yes, Kamuso, you can contact Nolan and Seema at 0824 957 530. So again, the number is 0824 957 530. You can contact them, or you can contact them on Facebook. They'll be more than happy to help you with whatever you need help with. Okay, now let me see. Hold on, attendees. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to, Seema, if you want to unmute yourself, you can go ahead. You're unmuted on my side. Nolan and Seema, you're unmuted on my side. You can unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Yes, Reza.
Okay, go ahead. You wanted to, well, most of you, I guess you guys know this individual?
Sorry, Reza, I didn't get you.
Sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing the name. Kumosto?
Oh, okay. I think, yeah, Komoto asked a question about the pricing of the products. So she's welcome to contact Seema or myself, and we can show her the products and the pricing as well and take her through it.
Awesome. Is there any announcement for SA while I have you on the call, Nolan and Seema?
Yes, there is. This coming Saturday, we have a presentation that's going to be in Pretoria. That starts at 2 p.m. So check out on my Facebook and WhatsApp groups. We have posted it, but we will post it again. It starts at 1 p.m. this coming Saturday.
Awesome, awesome. I'm sure you guys are going to crush it. Good job, guys. Yeah. And next week, myself, I'll be in St. Lucia. We have a Caribbean conference. We have people coming from different islands, different countries, Canada, U.S., who are going to be at this conference. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there myself. If you know people in St. Lucia or even in the Caribbean for that matter, get on the call with them, contact them, let me know who these people are, and I will personally make sure to take care of these individuals for you. Our CEO is going to be there. Our SVP, Sanas Human, is going to be there. Our RA, Sean Haynes, is going to be there. So it's going to be, our junior restaurant, Mr. Energy, he's already been there. This guy, we haven't even got there. He's already been there for 2 weeks. So I guess he likes St. Lucia a lot. So he's there, and we got our local leaders in St. Lucia who are there. It's going to be out of this world. So make sure, ask for referrals. If you know some people that you may or may not know if they're St. Lucia or not, doesn't really matter. Get out there, ask for referrals, run some ads in St. Lucia if you wish. There's some free ads. And you know what? Get your people out there, and I'll do my best to make sure they get taken care of and make sure they get launched and started and go through the trainings. So let me see who else we have. Okay, let's see. We got Rebecca. I'm going to unmute you. Maybe quickly you can share with us what's happened to you since the conference, what's going on with you, what's your mindset's about, why all of a sudden 2 members yesterday or day before. Can you share with us quickly what's going on, what's your targets?
Hi Reza, can you hear me?
I can hear you, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I know we've got a lot of different parts of the world on with us. Thanks so much for getting me on here, Reza, and for all the training you just did. Wow. Conference, that was a big reset button for me. You know, I've been partnered with the company for several years, so I've seen a lot of growth and just absolute 100% continuous improvement. We've only ever gotten better, and really conference was a reset for me to stop treating this as a hobby business or a sometime business and really you know, push myself to the next level, make this a full-time career choice. So I'm super excited. We had some great forensic training at conference, and just unbelievable, everything that is new coming out, not just the new products, you know, and we're all ravenous for new products all the time, even though we already have 1,600 different ones to choose from, but the tools that have come out and the different just the different incentives are absolutely insane. So, you know, it's really a no-brainer to partner up with this company. We have something that nobody else in the world has.
Question, Rebecca. These two young folks who just launched, were they someone you just contacted since you came back from the conference?
Yeah, so crazy. I actually met the one gentleman.
No, what my question was, you met these two young lads.
Yep.
But back from the conference, or you met them before the conference?
So I met the one before conference.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Uh-huh.
And during conference, he left me or tried to call me a couple of times, and I missed his call. We connected right when I was back, and he was excited to learn more, so we got him out to a tour right away, and I said, you know, bring a friend with you. You want to come and take a look at this, you know, with someone. And actually, unbelievable. The two of them are just so excited to get started. They got started right away. And, you know, we've been meeting every night, doing some trainings, getting them some new information, setting some targets for all of us, and they're heading to boot camp with me to Montreal on Saturday, so we're full steam ahead. When, you know, Reza, you talked about the speed of the leaders, the speed of the pack, these two guys, they're like fire under my butt right now. During this webinar, actually, that they're both not able, they're in school as well, so they're busy right now. I still got a text message from one of them saying he's already got 2 people booked and lined up for Tuesday. So, you know, it's exciting times, and we're going to get them to Diamond and get their free getaway for them in the next 30 days, and Diplomat as well. So
thank you, Rebecca. Well, basically, the point I was trying to make is this is trickle from the pipeline. This is not someone you just met and launched. When you have your pipeline full, when you keep adding to your pipeline, they will come. Some come right away, some come a little bit later, sometimes they take 10 years in my case, you know, that people will come. So keep filling up that pipeline, Rebecca. Great job, sweetheart. Great job.
Thanks, Reza.
Great. Now, let me see. I'd like to hear, I see there's a comment here. Thank you, Reza, for amazing training. So many nuggets from Nancy. Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you for the explanation. Will love a one-on-one. That's Arthur. Of course, Arthur, you have access to me. You're right here in Ottawa. So let's do it. Payman from Middle East says, nice job. Thank you, Payman. Thanks for the approval. Payman is awesome. He's like my younger brother. I pick on him a lot. We have a lot of fun. Great guy. Now, I would love to hear from a couple of the veterans. Let me see. I have a name I recognize here vaguely. I'm being a comedian right now. A very good friend of mine. His name is Ronan Trufon. I don't really know where this guy's from. He's sometimes from Israel, sometimes from Australia. This past year, he was from Thailand. Today, I don't know where he's from. But let me unmute Ronan. I would love to hear from this guy. He's a great friend of mine. Actually, we became a really good friend over the last, I don't know, a little while, and he's got world of wisdom. And let's hear from Ronan. Ronan, are you there? Ronan, you're unmuted on my side. Ronan, unmute. You're unmuted, so we cannot hear you. Well, I think Ronan might be having difficulty. Ronan, raise your hand whenever you're good to talk. I would love to talk to you. I'm going to go to this other gentleman that's over the years, I don't know how many trips we've made together. We've been through the ups and the downs, and we became like brothers. And I tell you, this guy is one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. He has become quite a leader, and he's there absolutely from the beginning, even today, that he has a large organization. He's there to absolutely help everyone. I mean, everyone. So, Sean, I'm going to unmute you. If you can unmute yourself on your side, share a couple of words with us as to what you're getting geared up for, where are we going, and, say a couple of words if you can unmute yourself. I don't even know if you are able to speak, but I'm going to try anyways. Sean, are you there? I know you're there, but there we go.
Hi, Reza. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sean, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, this is a fantastic training today. So, I hope everybody took a lot of notes when you getting the chance to be trained by the top millionaire in our company, not only in our company, but, in this industry of, I don't know, 100+ million, one of the top 250 earners in the world. So it's a very great opportunity, and so thank you so much, Red, for training today. Well, we're getting geared up. I was actually just doing some hosting, because we're getting geared up for the big Caribbean conference coming up in exactly 1 week from today. So I know many of us will be landing in St. Lucia, and we got people coming from all different islands, different parts of the world. So it's going to be very, very exciting. Of course, most importantly, we got our incredible CEO and Senior VP coming as the special guest to take everyone through Phase 6 and where GWT is going. So it's going to be really unbelievable. I know we got the Governor General, Her Excellency, who's going to be there on the opening night. So it's going to be fantastic. We know the last big event we had in St. Lucia was the biggest launch at the time in GWT history, and so I know this is going to be phenomenal. People are going to see their lives just go to a different level, because I really believe Phase 6 is the get-rich phase of GWT. And everything is being set up now with the 4 steps of momentum and the win system, and just how the training is laid out literally step by step, that people just have to follow it. It's so simple, and if you just apply a lot of what you taught here today, of course, culture, speed is so important. Diamond advantage, I know we'll do another time, but really, if you want to get to the top in GWT, you got to be diamond. So that doesn't become too difficult to figure out. So if you want to be at the top, you got to be diamond, and from there you can build teams of diamonds. So everything is in place now for people to just hit a home run in this next decade. And as I said, Reza, everything that's set up the first decade is what's going to lead to just incredible success for people all over the world in this next decade. So we're excited. We know St. Lucia, the Caribbean, is going to explode to a different level out of what's coming next week. And then I know the same thing's happening in Nigeria, in Australia. So all over the world, we're going to just see massive growth, massive explosion. And wherever you are, you can get your piece of the pie. That's the beautiful thing, as you said, with social media. I mean, I just launched a gentleman in Australia maybe 2 weeks ago, and just before that, somebody in Houston. So, all from home through social media. So as we get bigger, we're adding more products. I know the skincare line that's coming. I don't even wear skincare now, but when I tried it on, I could literally see one side of my face became like 10 years younger in a minute. So I know what an epic hit that's going to be. Take us to another level. It's exciting times, and this is the time again to just everybody should get refocused, reset, start like day one again with phase 6, and you can really achieve everything you want out of this level. I just want to shout out to Arthur from Gabon as well. Great job, Arthur, and Rebecca. Congratulations. I know our ambassador Bernicia, leading the charge in St. Lucia, just launched a new diamond as well. So I know they're getting geared up down there as well. So we'll see everyone who's going to be in St. Lucia in 7 days, and everyone else, I guess we'll see you on the webinars and at convention next year. Thanks for having me. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you. You're always there, always there, always there. Man, you know what? That's what this business is all about. Helping out people get what they want, and you get what you want. And I know Sean's getting what he wants. He's got his 2 young sons that, I don't think he misses much with them. That includes taking them 2 months a year to the Barbados, his home country. Well done, Sean. Thank you very much. Now we have a question from, again, I'm not going to even try to pronounce the name, but the question is, what advantage do you have when you basically help other people join your team? Well, this is basically the concept of that we carry, the system that we carry. Let's just say I was a great salesperson, and I have these product line at my disposal that I can sell and make money with. Well, you know what? The more I sell, the more money I make. Right? And I could have some massive months. I could make, sell a lot of products and make a few $1,000s, right? But the moment I stop selling is the moment I stop making money, right? So I am trading my time for making retail sales because I'm selling and I can only sell so much. I'm only one person, right? When you start developing a team, when you share the wealth, when you share this opportunity, and help them get started in GWT is when you start to really explode. We call that a passive income, a residual income. That's when you start receiving your commissions. It's sort of like franchising, okay? Whenever you buy a franchise, every time you make sales, the franchisee gets a fee from you. So if they have 10 stores, they get paid from 10. If they have 100 stores, they get fees from 100 stores. They don't sell the product themselves. They provide the system and the products, and these franchise stores sell them, and they get a franchise fee. With us, it's the same, except there is no limitation. Myself, I personally helped 111 people get started in GWT in 8.5 years. Okay? 111 people has grown to over 65,000 members in 160 plus countries. Now, all these people, the 65,000 people, whatever they buy, sell, gift, every time they do that, that becomes part of my sales as well. So not only they make money, I get paid on all these sales globally. This is when you start to reach income levels unimaginable. That's when you have someone making $20,000 a month, month after month, $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $60,000 a month, even $100,000 a month, and much more in a lot of other places. So basically, the bigger your team becomes, the more income you will earn. That's why, the good old saying, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. You as one individual can only do so much, but you as a team, you can do a lot. So this is something I recommend that you go back to the person that showed you this opportunity to explain to you what are the advantages of developing a team, building a team, and how your team can go global like mine has. I live in Canada. My business is in 160 some odd countries. I don't know people in so many countries, but people know people that know people. And every time they get started, they launch their emails, they make sales, they get paid, so do I. Okay? So this is something that's the biggest point of our concept. You want to make sure to understand that. If you like a better explanation, like I said, ask the person inviting you on this call to explain it to you. If not, you can contact me, and I will be more than happy to take you through this one-on-one. I'm easy to find. Facebook, Reza Mesgarlou, as it is on the flyer. Let me unmute Payman. Where's Payman? Payman, I see Payman here. Payman, my friend, you're unmuted. Go ahead. Can you hear me? Payman, you're unmuted. Yes, go ahead.
Hello. I think my voice is horrible. Let me call on your phone, please.
We cannot hear you, Payman. Unfortunately, we cannot hear Payman. You're unmuted on my side. You're muted on your side right now. So let's see here. Okay. I guess Payman is having some technical difficulties. This young man is diehard, and his team is, I don't know in how many countries now, but he's in quite a few countries, and he's just getting warmed up. Actually, this young man is applying to many of you guys, especially South Africa. So use him. He's there to help and assist, and he's a great guy as well, and he's willing to help with whoever needs the help. Anyhow, I guess we are good for today. If there's anyone else who would like to add something last minute, go ahead. Otherwise, this training has been recorded, and we will post it. And make sure to get on there. If you're not a diamond, make yourself to a diamond. If for some reason you have members that are not launched yet, get them to launch, and let's start changing lives all together. Together we all win. And I'm looking forward to the Tuesday webinar. That's going to be an information session. It's going to be not going to be a training. It's going to be an actual webinar tour. So what you want to do is call absolutely everyone, your prospects, people that have already seen the business, people that have already you talk to, people that you want to talk to. Get on with it right now and get them on the same webinar Tuesday at 2 p.m. So until then, I'm going to check one more time if there is anybody else that has something to say. Can you unmute me? I'll talk more. See, yes, Payman, we couldn't unmute you. We unmuted you, but it wouldn't work out. Let me know when you can, and I'll call you. Okay. No worries, Payman. We'll do it another time. And I think that's about it. So congratulations, folks, for being on this training. I hope you all took notes. I hope you guys are all ready to go pedal to the metal, and you're ready to change your lives. If you have any question, if you want to contact me directly, please do so. I'm on my Facebook, Nolan, Seema, Payman. Many of you have my information. Arthur, you can get my information from them, my telephone number, my Skype, my Facebook, WhatsApp. I'm there to help. So once again, thank you all, and see you guys all on Tuesday webinar. Good evening, everybody.